Something's brewing in Cleveland. The offense is faltering, frustration is building and turning into rumors. A bold move could be on the horizon, one that could shake this team's foundation and reignite a fan base desperate for a spark. But is the coaching staff ready to act? We'll see. But first, hit the like button and stay tuned, as I'll keep you well informed. The Cleveland Browns are sitting at a disappointing 1-5 record, winless in the AFC North, and the frustrations are boiling over. This week, legendary Browns cornerback Hanford Dixon didn't hold back his opinion. He wants Shedeur Sanders to start at quarterback. That's right. With rookie Dylan Gabriel showing flashes but ultimately struggling, Dixon believes it's time for Cleveland to roll the dice and make a bold move. Speaking on the Top Dawg show on the Big Play Network, Dixon was clear. I want to see him play. I want to see him get out there because I just think that boy, he can maneuver, he could do some things, he can make some plays, he can make up for some of the things that were missing. And what the Browns are missing, at this point, feels like everything on offense. Through 6 games, they've averaged just 13.7 points per game, the worst in the entire NFL. Their passing game is almost non-existent, ranking bottom 10 in yards per game and second worst in yards per play. Cleveland has only managed 5 passing touchdowns all season. And yes, 2 of those came from Gabriel in his first start against Minnesota, which gave fans a glimmer of hope. But in his latest performance against Pittsburgh, Gabriel attempted 52 passes and still finished with just 221 yards. That's not going to cut it in today's NFL. Now, some will argue it's not all on Gabriel. Could it be the offensive line? Could it be the lack of consistent playmakers at wide receiver? That debate is ongoing. But Dixon's point is a loud and clear signal of where fan frustration is headed. After benching veteran Joe Flacco just 4 games into the season, the Browns are clearly not afraid to make changes. Gabriel's leash might not be very long, and while Shedeur Sanders hasn't suited up yet, the cries for a change at quarterback are only getting louder. Dixon wasn't just critical of the quarterback play, he also took aim at head coach Kevin Stefanski's play calling. Specifically, he pointed to the lack of aggressive, downfield throws. "We don't even attempt the big play down the field. I mean, something's wrong with that offense," Dixon said. And let's be honest, he's not wrong. The offense has looked conservative, predictable, and flat-out uninspired. If there's a moment to shake things up, this could be it. Now, realistically, don't expect Sanders to start this week. He's not even the immediate backup. But if Gabriel continues to falter and the offense remains stuck in neutral, it's very possible that Sanders could get a shot in the coming weeks. With the Browns season teetering on the edge, there's not much left to lose by taking a chance on a dynamic, mobile quarterback who might just be the spark this team needs. Injuries aren't helping matters either. Tight end David Njoku, who's been one of the few consistent offensive contributors, missed his 2nd straight practice due to a knee injury. Njoku was in and out of last Sunday's loss to Pittsburgh and ultimately exited for good early in the 4th quarter. If he can't go this weekend, rookie tight end Harold Fannin Jr. will have to carry a heavier load, with Blake Whiteheart likely stepping up as the second option. Whiteheart returned to full practice on Thursday, which is a good sign, but the absence of Njoku would be a major blow. Right tackle Jack Conklin is also in concussion protocol and hasn't practiced all week. If he can't suit up, expect KT Leviston or Cornelius Lucas to take his spot on the line. This would mark the 7th different offensive line combination the Browns have used this season. And that lack of continuity up front is certainly not helping a struggling rookie quarterback find his footing. There is at least a little bit of good news. Wide receiver Gage Larvadain returned to practice on Thursday after clearing part of the concussion protocol. If he's fully cleared by the weekend, he'll likely resume duties returning punts and kicks. If not, rookie Isaiah Bond is expected to step in. Speaking of returns, Myles Garrett was a full participant in Thursday's practice after being limited the day before with a right elbow injury. Garrett has been the anchor of Cleveland's defense, and with a critical matchup against the Dolphins on the horizon, his presence will be crucial, especially considering what the weather forecast is shaping up to be. That's right, the Week 7 matchup between the Browns and Dolphins might not just be a must-win, it could be a mud-soaked, wind-blown battle of attrition. Forecasts are calling for up to 60 miles per hour wind gusts, a 94% chance of rain, and 36 miles per hour sustained winds. With those kinds of conditions, anything can happen. And if there's one silver lining for Cleveland, it's that Tua Tagovailoa has historically struggled in bad weather. That could tilt things slightly in favor of a Browns defense that has consistently performed at a high level, even when the offense hasn't. Still, the challenge remains enormous. Rookie running back Quentin Judkins, who was barely used in the loss to the Steelers, might get more work this week, especially if conditions make passing nearly impossible. And with Gabriel making his first NFL home start, the Browns might lean heavily on the run game to take pressure off their young quarterback. It's not ideal, but it might be the only way forward right now. This game isn't just about survival, it's about identity. Are the Browns ready to take a risk, shake things up, and try something different with Shedeur Sanders? Or will they stay the course with an offense that continues to underperform? What do you think, Browns fans? Should Shedeur get his shot now, or is it still too soon? With every passing week, the urgency grows. The Browns sit on the brink, and while the season isn't mathematically over, it certainly feels like it's slipping away. That's exactly why voices like Hanford Dixon's are resonating so loudly right now. Shedeur Sanders represents more than just a change at quarterback. He represents hope, upside, and an unpredictable spark that might be exactly what this team needs to escape its current funk. The question is whether Kevin Stefanski and GM Andrew Berry are willing to take that gamble. Stefanski, already under fire for conservative play calling and offensive stagnation, may not have the luxury of patience anymore. If another low-scoring performance unfolds against Miami, especially with brutal weather likely to neutralize both teams' air attacks, it could push the front office and coaching staff closer to a decision they've been avoiding. Because even if Shedeur Sanders isn't fully ready in the traditional sense, his ability to extend plays, move the pocket, and inject some life into the offense could outweigh the risks. This matchup with the Dolphins could be a turning point for the entire season. Tua and Miami come in wounded and unsteady, and with the weather conditions favoring a physical, defensive battle, it's not just about who has the better playbook, it's about who wants it more. The Browns' front seven, led by a healthy Myles Garrett, will need to dominate, force mistakes, and create short fields for the offense. There's little room for error, and even less patience left from a fan base that has watched this team underdeliver for years. And behind it all is the brewing quarterback conversation. Dillon Gabriel might be the present, but Shedeur Sanders is becoming harder and harder to ignore as the potential future. If Gabriel stumbles again, and if the offense continues to stall despite facing a banged-up Miami defense in a rain-soaked slugfest, that clock will start ticking loudly. The calls will grow. The pressure will mount. And the Browns, whether they like it or not, will have a decision to make that could define the rest of their season. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and click the video on your screen now for more Browns updates. You're not going to want to miss what's coming next, because the latest news, you'll always get it here first. Go Browns!